All right, well, here's Elizabeth Warren with her terrible takes, saying someone who's got enough extra cash lying around to blast himself off into outer space can afford to pay a little more in taxes to give everyone else a chance here on Earth. Pretty clever, I guess, but this is a really bad take. Not for nothing, it cost Jeff Bezos about $5.5 billion to go into space. Seems like a hell of a lot of money, because it is, but if you took all that $5.5 billion and split it up among 330 million Americans, everyone would get $16. Literally 1/6. $16. So it's a bit absurd to use this as an example for anything, but I do realize Elizabeth Warren isn't saying $5.5 billion will solve all our problems. I know she's not saying that. Rather, it's the same old tax the rich scheme. Now, I'd be fine with ending subsidies and no-bid government contracts and raising interest rates and ending the endless inflation. That would all actually hurt the bank accounts of some rich people, and it would help out the lower and middle class. I'm all for that, because a lot of those rich people, especially investors, they got rich because of the interaction between the political class and the markets, which is not fair, to just put it really lightly. But just taxing the rich is as low as you can get. This wouldn't do a thing. It's been said a million times that you can take all the money from the rich that you can, tax everything, force them to sell off assets, take every last red cent from them, and you get enough money to either fund the government for less than a year or cut every American a check for a few $1,000s. And then that's it. You're done. You need another plan. All right, well, how about money printing? I mean, Elizabeth Warren directly calls out people who have what she considers to be an excess of cash. All right, so cash is the problem. Money, currency. We need more currency. Well, as I and many other people have pointed out, 40% of all U.S. dollars that has ever existed has been printed in the past year and a half or so. Okay, the utopia should at least be showing itself on the horizon then, considering that number. Cash is the issue. It's not production or anything, right? So if cash is the issue, you've solved it. You've stuck pretty close to the modern monetary theory playbook. You're just going to have to start taxing soon to curb inflation. That's a part of the MMT playbook too. Okay, a near full-on centrally guided economy. Let's see how this one plays out. I mean, it's been done before countless times, and it always ends up in disaster. But maybe they've got something up their sleeve. But I really doubt it, because, again, inflation is hitting really hard with no signs of stopping, which is really weird because we were told by the Fed and the political class that it wasn't going to happen. Then we were told it's only transitory, don't worry. And then the Fed comes out and says it's surprised by the inflation, and maybe it's not so transitory after all. Meanwhile, a couple 20 to 30-year-olds without PhDs in econ who have just a marginal interest in Austrian economics called all of this and aren't shocked at all. Hell, I called it, and people who enjoy my content and comment on my videos called it. I don't know you all personally who are listening right now, but I could be wrong, but I don't think we're all geniuses here, so why the hell are we able to predict things that people with PhDs in economics who work at the Fed just can't seem to see? Yeah, I'm getting flashbacks to 2008 when pretty much the exact same thing happened. A bunch of people in the higher echelon of the economic and political community just couldn't see something that a bunch of young people who took an interest in free market economics and Austrian economics, they could see it clearly. Kind of odd to me. So I just don't trust their ability, or Elizabeth Warren's ability, to centrally plan us into the utopia. You say a lack of cash in some sense is the problem? All right, well, you printed mountains of it. All economic woes should at least begin fading at some point soon. You promise nothing but pure prosperity and economic well-being to everyone? All right, well, with the money printing that's been going on, we should see that prosperity by now, but we don't. And it's not a surprise to people like us libertarian-minded folks. It's not a shock at all. We totally saw it coming from a mile away. The fact that it was all unexpected by the likes of Jerome Powell and the rest of the political class, especially those on the left, tells you all you need to know. They are completely economically illiterate. But that's all for now. Like, subscribe, share the video. It's extremely appreciated, and take it easy.